So this Saturday, the 30th of July, immediately after your chairman's birthday, should be a wonderful day because you are going to leave this
Recording
day.
in progress.
You are going to leave this day as a day of historical evidence of this university. It needs strong courage to make a change. It definitely needs stronger willpower. More so, the strongest requirement is the determination. Once you are determined, you can go ahead and do a lot of things, and you can definitely show the world that you are totally different and you can make any day a big history. I'm very happy that all of you have been over here to make the next 1 hour a big history for the future of this institution. I take this opportunity to welcome all of you, and particularly to welcome people, the external experts from outside, whom I wanted that they should have been present over here. It would have been a big difference. But still, they have been able to join us across. And today, technology and blend of technology brings them so close by. Sometimes, naturally, watching a cricket match in the stadium is less comfortable. Watching a cricket match online is obviously more informative and more useful. But nevertheless, nothing matches if my external experts would have been over here. But still then, we should be happy with the external experts joining us online. A very, very hearty welcome to all external experts in particular and all our experts. I'm very sure we have our expert from Vizag also over here. So, and all other experts over here. Very, very good morning to all of you. May I request the member secretary, Dr. Raghunathan, to take it up and move to the proceedings. So we are happy that this academic council has been reconstituted now. The reconstituted academic council has the members, Dr. P.M.V. Rao as Dean Academics Assessment and Awards, Dr. Vijayaram Garu, could he join us today? Dr. Vijayaram Garu, Dean Promotions, Collaborations and Faculty Affairs, Dr. G. Srinivas Rao, Dean R&D and Dean of School and Electrical and Electronics Communication Engineering, Head of the Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, Dr. K.V. Krishna Kishore, Dean Technology Development, Dean Admissions and Recruitment and Head of the Department of IT, Dr. S.K. Zakir Hussain, Dean Infrastructure Planning and Monitoring, Dr. M.S.S. Rukmini, Dean Students Affairs, Alumni Linkages, Gender Sensitization and Discipline, Dr. M. Ramakrishna, Dean IQAC and Dean School of Civil Mechanical, Chemical and Textile Engineering, Mr. D. Vijay Krishna, Dean TNP and Dean School of Law and Management, Dr. S. Krupanidhi, Dean School of Natural Sciences and Applied Engineering, Dr. D. Venkateshlu, Dean School of Computing and HOD Computer Science and Engineering, Dr. N. Srinivas, Dean School of Applied Sciences and Humanities and HOD Science and Humanities, Dr. N. Narayan Rao, Head of the Department of Agricultural Engineering, Dr. T.C. Venkateshwarlu, Head of the Department of Biotechnology, Dr. M. Ramesh Naidu, Head of the Department of Chemical Engineering, Dr. Ruben, Head of the Department of Civil Engineering, Dr. T. Pichaya, Head of the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, Dr. L.S. Raju, Head of the Department of Mechanical Engineering, Dr. K. Kalpana, Head of the Department of MBA, Dr. Jitendra, Head of the Department of Pharmaceutical Science, Dr. Praveen Kumar, Director Law, Dr. T. Ramesh Babu, Director, Agricultural Sciences, Dr. Kaki Venkata Rao, Professor of Mechanical Engineering, Dr. V. Radhakrishnamurthy, Professor in Mathematics, Dr. Tondepu Subbaya, Professor of Chemical Engineering, Dr. Koya Prabhakar Rao, Professor of Chemistry, Dr. J. Nichal Kiran, Professor of Physics, Dr. P. Ashok Kumar, Professor of Chemical Engineering, Dr. P. Nageshwar Rao, Professor of Mechanical Engineering, Dr. M. Sharda, Professor of ECE, Dr. N. Satyashri, Professor of Chemistry, Dr. Prema Maidu, Professor of IT, uh, Dr. D. Vinay Kumar, Associate Professor of Mechanical Engineering, Dr. Goswami, Associate Professor Chemistry, Dr. N. Anand Rao, Assistant Professor of Electronics and Communication Engineering, Dr. G. Nageshwar Rao, Assistant Professor S&H. Our three educationists of repute, Dr. Shanti Swaroop, whom I have been seeing over here now, Engineer D. Ramakrishna, MD Electronics Vijayawada. I think he must have already joined us. Yes, he has joined. And Dr. K. Baburao, Director, Navayuga Infotech, Hyderabad, and formerly the professor from Andhra. Three members who are not members of the teaching staff, Shri M.S.N. Murthy, Shri Suresh Kumar, Shri K.J.N.V. Narasa Reddy, and of course, Professor P.M.V. Rao in his capacity also as Controller of Examination, and ex officio secretary will be our registrar, Dr. M.S. Raghunathan. I very, very heartily welcome all of you. We shall also welcome our chairman, Dr. Lavu Rataya Garu, an eminent educationist over here. Very specific, hearty welcome to the external members, Dr. Shanti Swaroop, Dr. Babu Rao, and Sri Ramakrishna Garu. Welcome, and I request Raghunathan to start the proceedings. Before that, I request Professor Dr. Lavu Rataya Garu an action taken report, because the agenda of this meeting was already put across in 30th Academic Council meeting, and it was greatly received by all the experts, external experts, Dr. Babu Rao, Dr. Shanti Swaroop, and Dr. Ramakrishna. And that in that meeting, Dr. Babu Rao was on online mode, and Dr. Shanti Swaroop and Mr. Ramakrishna were available over here. So the last meeting was more detailed, because that was the meeting in which the foundation for this meeting was laid down, and this is more an action taken report. Before we get into the meeting, I request Dr. Babu Rao to address all the members over here for a minute. Although I do not agree with the terminology called test 1, test 2, test 3, which Professor P.M. Rao has been used to, being the controller of examinations, has been used to call them as test 1, test 2, test 3, but you should understand that they are the targets of learning. Target 1, target 2, target 3 is the vertical growth on a project. So it is totally vertical. It starts with the statement of the question and then goes up to the documentation being provided and the proof of concept on which he has been working, which happens in target 3. So target 1, target 2, target 3 is the vertical growth, whereas target 4 is the test 4, so-called test 4 is the target 4, which definitely goes for a breadth assessment of the candidate based on multiple choice questions, which is as per the expectations of the GATE, because we need to prepare the students also for GATE examination. It is not that everybody would go to the industry, it is somebody who would still further go to generate the knowledge, and even for such people, they should have the breadth of the coverage also. That's what is the target 4. And target 5, as you mentioned, is very continuous. That's totally practice based, and that's what is the purpose of the entire reorientation here. Every aspect which you have spoken has been taken care very well. and that is the total purpose. So it's the marks is only indicative, it's not the marks based, but the targets have got to be accomplished, targets have got to be completed. The marks is only to the first part of the marks is only to put him on a scale of 0 to 10. It is not marks, it is a scale of 0 to 10, and that's the reason most of the time the assessment has been on a scale of 10. That's the whole principle. And then later, the real part comes later, because he also mentioned one important point, that the total marks from the two modules will be 120 units, and these 120 units shall be mapped down to 60. The phrase which has been used is not scaled down, it is mapped down. That is where the concepts that whether he has understood what component has got to be given more weightage, which component has got to be given the weightage, shall be decided by the lead instructor in consultation with the head of the department. And that's where the whole mapping down happens, and that is where the cutoff is said to be 35%. If the cutoff, if one cannot cross the cutoff, naturally he has got to entirely repeat the course. That's what is meant by dropping. He has not equipped himself, not necessarily in the knowledge component, even in the developing component, even in the skill component, even in the practice component. He has not equipped himself, therefore he has got to repeat the entire course. Only when the candidate has been successful in they continue in the formative assessment. Look, the whole please note that it is called formative assessment, and the phrase formative assessment captures whatever you underscore. All the aspects are covered under the formative aspect, formative learning, and it is, that's the reason it is called formative assessment. Well then, surely the scope shall always exist to refine the methodology of formative assessment. Over time, with experience, our people shall learn to refine the methodology. However, I am very strongly convinced that this is the step towards whatever the points that you have risen, and almost all the points which have risen have been very, very effectively taken care of. Therefore, we can be rest assured that the Vignan is in the right direction towards that what you are hoping for. Okay, that's just a cutoff 21 marks, and we have got to see here there is suitably mapped down, is naturally not looking into what is the score level or whatever it is. Whether he has understood, everything has got to be understood. So in the formative assessment, the 5 targets should be understood. T1, T2, T3 are for the vertical growth, starting from the statement of the problem till the completion, and T4 is for overall understanding of the entire module, and T5 is continuous right from day 1 up to the last day of the module, covering the practice exercises and thinking thought-provoking exercises which would be assigned to him. That's the same spirit which is going to be over here. The module bank, as has been put in the explanatory note, should be understood that the module bank should contain the questions which are exploratory, which are creative naturally, which has got to go batch to batch different. They cannot mimic the old question paper. They cannot have the same old module bank. It has got to be thought provoking, and that's what it tells, that although syllabus looks to be very static, it should be made dynamic through the choice of questions which will be put in the module bank. I'm going to assure that as long as I'm going to be here, I shall keep all my people on toes that this module, the success of the entire course is because of the module bank. I'm very sure about that, and that is going to happen. Well then, test 1 also has a remedial test. We have stated that for the want of time, he could not give the details of how the remedial activities for test 1 and test 4 could be built up. He mentioned in test 4 that an alternate test could always be possible. Test 2 and test 3 comes with sufficient time. It is not tests, they are all targets, and the targets need not be, the targets have got to be accomplished over the time, not on the time, not on the dot, it is over the time. So that is where the formative assessment cycle would take care of it. I'm very happy that you cautioned. I'm very happy that all my deans and heads of the departments over here have understood your concern, particularly about the novelty of the module bank maintained on a continuous in a continuous way from batch to batch. I'm very sure that should happen. Let them step, let them experience, and then they will definitely understand the importance of the module bank and the gravity of requiring the changes to be brought into the module bank. Thank you very much, Dr. Shanti Swarup. It's very well taken.
May I make a comment, sir?
Sure, Dr. Babu Rao.
There are 2 points. One is at 120 going down to 60 is rather diplomatically said here. How will it be reduced? The suitably mapped down is you can give the actual ways of doing it. Better of the two or part of the better of the two and smaller two, something like that would probably be mentioned. Okay. And second is there is no mention of the graduate attributes that are mentioned by the National Board of Accreditation and AICTE. How do we confine to them as to be somewhat explicitly mentioned in the detailed explanation you have given? Yes. Otherwise, it is very good, very meticulously and elaborately well displayed.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, Dr. Babu Rao, very well taken. This is as per the accreditation norms of both UGC and AICTE. The mapping down shall be done, and naturally the mapping down shall be in the favor of the learner. It is not in the favor of the teacher, and at the same time the mapping down procedure has got to be penned down in consultation. I mean, every team has got to pen down the procedure which they are going to adapt for mapping down. Therefore, there is transparency, there is visibility, and it shall be. At the same time, the national education policy strongly advocates that the teachers are autonomous as far as teaching, learning, and assessment process is concerned. So that amount of liberty and freedom has been built in when we mention that it is suitably mapped down. But suitably mapped down doesn't come as a freedom. It comes with accountability, and that accountability part is that the mapping function has got to be very clearly, categorically written down and documented as really you have evinced now. Yes, Dr. Babu Rao, yes, we agree. So all three observations made by the experts have been already addressed. Well then, with experience, our people are really going to refine that, so we can really accept, and we shall ask Professor P.M.V. Rao to proceed further.